Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio, and with me today is Jiunn Liu. How you doing, Jiunn?
Doing good.
So today we are talking about the Kristoff Vengeance Toro. It's more of a Toro Extra 6 1/4 by 54 ring gauge. Comes out of the Charles Fairmorn factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf. The binder is from Indonesia. The filler is from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. Price point is $9.30, and the cigar was released in July of 2018. So with all that out of the way, Gene, what was your smoking experience like?
I thought it was a pretty average, linear, fairly basic kind of a flavor delivery. I got some, overall within the whole profiles, fresh black pepper for sure, cedar, a little bit of this gritty, earthy dirt component to it. And then, starting from like the second, third, I started getting some creaminess out of the cigar, which was really nice because all these other flavors I talked about was basically earth and spice. So it's good to kind of get that cut, get that cut with some like creaminess coming through. Retrohaling the cigar, a lot more black pepper, a lot more wood characters, like the cedar. Finished, lingering cedar note. In terms of like body and strength, it was just pretty medium throughout the whole thing. In terms of construction was really good. I rated the burn to be perfect. It's just solid ash, really good production of smoke, even burn. So nothing to complain about. The draw, to my surprise, for a Toro thicker ring gauge, it was kind of snug, but not a big deal. I still rated it to be really good.
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with wood, earthiness, some baking spice. About an inch in or so, the wood became more defined as cedar. It was pairing up nicely with the baking spice, and the earthiness was a little bit behind those two. Retro Hill had the cedar up front, baking spice slightly behind it. About an inch and a half in, the cedar gained a little bit of char to it. It was still up front, baking spice, earthiness in the background. And as the first surge wrapping up, baking spice picks up, becomes even with the charred cedar. Earthiness still in the background, strength was right around medium. Getting the second, third, charred cedar up front, baking spice, earthiness back to being supporting notes. About half inch in, the chars were really prevalent on the cedar. Earthiness right behind it. Baking spice has left the profile. Retrohale was really just charred cedar. About an inch and a half, the charred cedar still dominates the profile. A little bit of earthiness in the background. Strength bumped up to slightly above medium. And then in the final third, char eases up a little bit with the cedar, but it's only flavor combination for the profile. About half inch in, a little bit of mustiness joins in. Then about an inch in, the char lessens some more. Cedar has a little bit of a better representation there. Mustiness is kind of even with the cedar. Retrohale's got the same profile to it. And then about an inch and a quarter in, a little bit of bitterness joins the profile. That's how things finish out. Strength still at slightly above medium. In regards to construction, I thought the cigar was perfect. I mean, razor sharp burn line the whole way. Ash was holding on near 2 inch increments. Draw was perfect for me. I had no complaints about it whatsoever. So overall, June, what were your thoughts on this one?
Um, I thought it was a pretty decent representation of Connecticut broadleaf kind of wrap cigar. You know, uh, Flavors pretty linear. So, you know, when I say linear flavor profile, that's not a good thing unless if it's like a freaking 20-minute smoke.
Right.
So, um, especially with such a like big Toro size cigar,
Yeah.
or perhaps a little Toro extra size cigar. It's just you got to give me more than just like three, four flavors. That's just going to be the same thing throughout the whole thing. I thought it was average because of that. Although I said that body was medium, this sometimes kind of felt like a medium light. And for certainly for like a broadleaf cigar, I expected more body out of this, way more body than what I got out of this. So that was a letdown. It's interesting because you know um, not too long ago, maybe like last week, we did a video recap on was it Smokin's microblend, the red meat lovers
Yep.
cigar. I talked about how that wasn't one of Saka's best cigars, but even within looking at the entire market of Connecticut broadleaf out there, it is still considered very good.
Mhm.
And when I talk about the broader market for Connecticut broadleaf, this is exactly what I'm actually referring to. It's stuff that I kind of feel like falls in terms of like body, mouthfeel, kind of a thing, and just not that much broadleaf kind of a flavor like it should give me. I mean, I should be getting so much more like a dankness, like chocolate flavors. I didn't get any of that with the cigar. It was just mainly just wood and spice. So, but it
Right.
was so average basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought the cigar had a good start in the first third, but then it became pretty pedestrian after that. You know, I'd like to try this. I don't even know if it's available in this, but I'd like to try it in a smaller ring gauge just to kind of get a feel for if the Connecticut broadleaf can bring a little bit more to the profile in this rather than this 54 ring gauge. You know, a good first third. I don't think it's enough to keep me coming back to the cigar. I mean, it kind of went downhill from there. It was average. I reckon average in the second third and then subpar in the final third. It just wasn't the char kind of how it finished up. Just wasn't there for me. I wouldn't really be in much of a hurry to revisit this cigar. So, you know, I don't know what else to say other than that. So let's get into the scores. I was the high scorer on this one, 5.75. Then Jiunn, you gave it 5.60. That's always interesting when that happens when I'm ahead of you. So
It's a rarity.
it usually only happens when I'm rating like a cigar of the year candidate for myself, but that's other than that. So yeah, I mean, I felt mine, high fives. It was a completely average flavor profile overall. Fantastic I had zero complaints about the construction. Like this is, if every cigar could be like this, that'd be perfect. Because you didn't have to worry about anything. But it was, maybe that I was working against the cigar because I didn't have to pay any attention to it. I was only focused on flavors. Maybe if I had to worry about the burners, it'd be a little different. But it's definitely helped by the construction. It's not something I'm probably going to look to go smoking again. What about you at 5.6?
I pretty much agree with everything you're saying. I mean, even though I rated the draw to be one less notch, one note below perfect, it doesn't mean that it's anything less than pretty much almost perfection, right? So average profile, smoking profile, great construction. You and I are not very off. I mean, our score when you're like 0.15 off, I mean it's very negligible. So
yeah, and the only difference is that 1 point difference on the draw. Otherwise, we were the same. That was the only difference. So, all right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website developingpalates.com. Be sure to follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.